your career with Bell South, now AT&T, what are you seeing that's changed in the last 15 years as it relates to leadership and culture? And I mean, what are some things that you're seeing that maybe wasn't present 30 years ago at Bell South?
Well, change is constant, but the rate of change is speeding up. And the pervasiveness of change in our lives, change is getting deeper and deeper. And I just think back at AT&T, our history was we were a phone company.
Right.
That's all we were, and that was a big thing. It was a huge thing. It was an important thing. But what used to be a wireline phone connected to the wall became a wireless phone. But that wireless phone became something more when other technology it was mixed with it, and we have smartphones. It really took off with Steve Jobs. He wasn't the first, but when the Apple iPhone came out, it put in the hands a computer. And if you think about the kind of change that occurred with that, now that is not a phone. In fact, people don't use the phone so much for talking on the phone. They're texting, they're doing banking, they're using it to connect to Amazon or other online ordering. They're doing a wide variety of things. The GPS has been replaced, but think about the kinds of things changed with one device. And think about all the different generations that are now using it. My parents use it, I use it, younger generations, and what each generation does with it has a lot to do with how comfortable they are with technology. But think about the impacts to us at AT&T. At the time we rolled that out, I was in a customer service organization. So we had 20,000 reps in call centers across the United States, receiving phone calls. These people have been trained for years. AT&T has employees with long histories because it's a great company to work for. People don't leave. So so you invest a lot in training. So they're trained to support a phone. And now we have people calling in saying, hey, I can't connect to my bank. And we had to go change training. Because now we have nothing to do with the bank. And there are a lot of points of failure between that phone and the bank, many of which we have no control over, no knowledge of really. But that's what customers are calling. So think about how the change that had on leadership there. And I think the same thing happened in all industries. Think about how Uber is changing the transportation industry. Amazon is making huge changes in delivery business. And not just online shopping, they're changing the cloud where people get their data. I mean, it's just change is constant, it's fast. And if as a leader, if you're not keeping up with all of that, you will become irrelevant very, very fast.
Right.
And as a leader, unless you're a one-man show, you need all of your employees keeping up on all that because you are not the one who makes or breaks your reputation. Your frontline employees, the one who talk to customers all day, every day, they are the ones that are creating or destroying your reputation.
Right.
And so that's the place to really invest, I think, to make sure that we're keeping up with changes. And I think that's a mindset change. You asked me what's changing in leadership. To me, the biggest change in leadership is that change is so much faster and so much deeper than it used to be. It's hard to keep up. And if you're not out there a step or two ahead, the change will occur. You'll become irrelevant before you even realize it's happened.
No, and I guess there's that willingness too, right, to make mistakes, so you can do it somewhat at the speed of change. Right. Because if you wait till it's proven, right? If you say, "Well, we're not a just for instance, we're not a company that believes in folks working from home." So we're only going to hire folks to come down to downtown Atlanta. They're going to have to be at this office from 8 to 5, and we're not going to do telecommute or anything like that. Well, imagine if that was your mindset, you probably would lose half of the viable candidates in many cases. So I guess that's the other question is how do you gauge the it's changing so rapidly. How do leaders figure out which avenue to change with?